kukimbilia usalama wao.
Tobias Chanji, KTN News, Kwale County.
Let's try and figure out what exactly happened in Kwale. Speaking to Mombasa Governor Ali Hassan Joho is joining us live from Mombasa. Governor, thank you for speaking to us on KTN Prime. So we do know that the police disrupted your rally that was supposed to be held in Kinango in Kwale. What exactly happened?
Well, first of all, we want to condemn what happened today with the strongest terms possible, and say that we indeed had notified the police that we would be in Kwale today to hold 2 rallies. We had scheduled a rally at the Kinango constituency, then another one was to follow at Lunga constituency. But on our arrival, because of course we flew there with my colleague, the governor of Kilifi County, via chopper. So when about to land at the field, all of a sudden we saw some tear gas thrown basically at us. So we could not land. So it took a while. We had to circle in the air for a while. Then we eventually landed, and we tried to engage the police, who literally refused to speak to us. But we are saying that that disruption was unnecessary and uncalled for. For me, that is backwardness of the highest order. I mean, we only wanted to speak to the people of Kinango as ODM party. So we don't know who ordered that, but after that we of course wanted to find out from the authorities in Kwale what may have transpired. So we took time and went to the county commissioner's office, but as expected did not see us, and we had no one that would attend to us. We find that very unfortunate. I mean, in this generation, such things should not have happened.
Right,
so, but that, for me, has given us more impetus to want to do more. So we have announced that next week we will go back to Kwale, and I will personally write to the police commander in Kwale to notify them on the date. And I'm hoping that instead of disrupting, they will provide security that is required by the Constitution.
Governor, you organized this rally alongside your counterpart, Kilifi Governor Amason Kingi, and you have said that you notified the police of this particular rally, right?
Yes, you see what happened. First of all, there was an incident that has kind of shocked us in Lamu, because we were in Lamu, we had very successful meetings, but we had another disruption, but this time was with the people of Mpeketoni. And subsequently, we expected that the authorities would condemn, but in return, we were surprised to see the county commissioner condemning us, that we were not, we shouldn't have been there. But this is a free country, and our movement and right to picketing, right to hold political rallies cannot be gainsaid. And therefore, for me, these things should not happen.
Great.
And if Jubilee imagines or thinks they would use these means to intimidate us, let me assure them that this won't work. We are determined, and we will do what we have to do. We will galvanize our support. We will reach out to as many as possible to our supporters, so that they are informed on what is expected as we run towards the 8th of August
Governor,
this year for the general election.
Governor, it's interesting that you mentioned the fact that the police were notified, because the next logical question that someone would ask to, of course, absolve you from any blame is that if you're able to provide the document of notification that you gave to the police, which I believe must have been given to the OCS and probably stamped, are you able to produce that document to say that you notified the police?
Let me tell you, Linda, there's 2 things that happened. 1, the police were notified. 2, the county commander had a meeting with the speaker of Kwale County Assembly to agree on modalities, because remember, we had 2 rallies. So we wanted to be sure that everything is going to be taken care of. So security for us was very important, and therefore they actually had a meeting to agree on the number of officers that will be deployed in both the functions. What we don't understand is that in the function that we went to, the first one, that was disrupted. Of course, the second one, even before we arrived, we were told the police also chased away the people that had already gathered and were waiting for us. So we will definitely provide you with evidence when called upon on the notifications. But I can tell you there was a meeting between the police commander of the county and the leadership of ODM to agree on the nature of security that is required in both the meetings. So the police were definitely aware.
So what reason were you given for the disruption of your rally?
Well, let me tell you, they did not talk to us, for one. Two, you heard very well what the president said when he was in Likoni. Now, for me, this is what probably he meant when he said, Governor tutakunyorosha, Governor tutakuangusha. We certainly are expecting worse times to come ahead of us, but we are prepared. We know very well Jubilee will do whatever they can. The other day we were informed they have said they will use all the state machinery within their reach to ensure they frustrate our movement, our campaigns, and of course those of ODM and NASA within the region. But that won't help them. My advice to them is that that is backwardness, and it certainly will not help them. They need to rethink on their strategy. They should allow us a space, just like we allow them to do their campaigns freely. And for me, it is important to note that they're using unorthodox means in many areas. They've taken to social media. They've started calling us names. The other day, they had one of my officers, Major Idris, in all sorts of namings. But that won't help them. They need to man up. They need to realize that politics is about people. And therefore, let them go to the people and allow us space to go, certainly to go to the people. So we can also sell our policy and tell the people what we're going to do for them as ODM or as NASA when elected.
Governor, the county commissioner in Mombasa, that is Nelson Marwa, we've actually just played a clip where he says he's asked you to keep your politics in Mombasa. As you wrap up this interview, what does that mean for you?
Well, I mean, what does it mean to keep my politics in Mombasa? First of all, he needs to know I am the deputy party leader of ODM. And using which law? The Constitution, Article 4 of the Constitution, is very, very clear. So first of all, Marwa cannot speak with us in that manner. Marwa is supposed to coordinate the president's and the national government's affairs. I call him a desk officer because of such behavior. He should not do that. Who is he to say that we cannot, Hassan Joho, cannot go outside Mombasa to do my politics? Then he may as well stop other people from coming to Mombasa. Why is it that anybody can want to come and is allowed to do politics in Mombasa, and you restrict me to go out of Mombasa? As who? This is a free country. This is my country, and I am going to do whatever it takes to tell Kenyans the truth. All we are doing is to tell Kenyans, to inform Kenyans of the current situation, the status of government, and what wrong the government is doing towards the people of this country. And nobody can stop me. Forget about Marwa telling me that I cannot move to other counties besides Mombasa. Even if President Uhuru Kenyatta announced today that, Governor, you will not be able to move out of Mombasa, let me assure you, I will move freely, because this is a free country and this is my country. I am as Kenyan as anybody else, and I'm allowed to do what needs to be done in a political process.
Ali Hassan Joho, Mombasa Governor, speaking to us live from Mombasa. Governor, thank you for speaking to us.